Daragaya is awake. What can I do for you today?
Hello, Daragaya.
Hello, AJ. Hope you are doing great. How may I help you?
Daragaya, open YouTube.
Opening YouTube.
Open my mail.
Opening your Gmail.
Open my trade sheet.
Opening trade sheet.
Open Nifty 50 chart.
Opening Nifty 50 chart.
What is Trump coin?
This is what I found on internet regarding what is Trump coin.
Play gangster rap.
Here is your gangster rap. Enjoy.
Ain't got generational wealth, it's only a year that I've had these millions. My whip could have been.
Welcome everyone to this course. So before we begin, I would just like to give you guys a short roadmap on what all things we'll be creating in this course. So we'll be starting by creating a beautiful virtual assistant using HTML and CSS, and then we'll add voice recognition capabilities, allowing it to listen and perform tasks such as opening social media accounts like Facebook and Instagram, opening your email account so you can check your mail, performing Google searches, telling the time and date, and even playing your favorite songs. By the end of this course, you will have your own smart assistant ready to assist you. So let's get started. Hello coders, so let's get into this tutorial without wasting any time, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So the first thing which we are going to do is basically we are going to create our user interface. So I've already created a folder out here, and what I'm going to do is select that folder out here. There we go. So there's just one image which is there, which is a GIF which I've made. So I'm going to give you that image as well. And of course, this is just a smaller version of it so that it looks a little bit nicer. But what we're going to do is we are just going to use the first image. So let's start writing our code. So the first thing which we're going to do is create the index.html file. Oops, sorry. There we go. And let's write. So the first thing I'm going to create is a HTML structure. And yeah, let's also go live so that, you know, whatever changes we're making on the code, we get to see it. So let's start. So the title, I'm going to call it Virtual Assistant. There we go. In the body tag, we are going to start designing our virtual assistant. So the first thing which I'm going to do is I am going to give it I'm going to create a division out here with the class name of background image. This is where the GIF is going to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the GIF separately when I style it. Then the second thing which I'm going to do is actually let's style it as we go along. Under the title tag, I'm also going to add our style tag. There we go. I'm going to give it a global setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep margin 0, padding 0, and font family, I'm going to select sans serif, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the BG image class. So what I'm going to do quickly is select this BG image. Out here I'm going to take width of 100%. I'm going to add a height of 100 VH. I'm going to then add our background image. I told you, like, we are going to add our background image through the styling. So in the URL, I'm going to just quickly write Daragaya GIF. And what I also want to do is basically it'll all be, it's good right now, but I don't think it's centered. And it also has a bit of a tiling out here because of the image size. So what I want technically is this image, this GIF, to be in the center. So I'm going to give it a couple of more properties out here. What I'm going to do is out here, I'm just going to write no repeat. and I'm gonna center it. I'm gonna center that again, and I'm gonna type background size cover. I hope this is, wait a sec. And there, that should do the trick. So it's perfectly centered out here on our screen. So what I'm going to do is further give it some coding and style it, right? So now we've created the background image. I also want some kind of heading. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to create another division, and I'm going to give it a class of heading. And inside that, I'm going to create an h1 tag. There we go. And I'm going to write Dara Gaya. So as we can see, Dara Gaya is written out here, but we want it somewhere out here. So let me just first create those elements as well, because I want a button too, and then we can easily style them later. So that is another thing. I have created the text out here. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create our talk button. So for that, I'm going to create another separate division with the class name of talk button. So talk btn, that's talk button. And inside the talk button, I'm going to create our button tag. I'm also going to give it a class of talk. There we go. Also, I want a logo of a microphone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create inside the button class an I tag, and I'm going to give it a class of far microphone, and ALT. So I'm going to explain you how this button will come as well. So what we're going to do as well is basically out here, we're going to link that icon. The way to link this is basically to go to the Font Awesome site and copy this link out here. So I'm just going to create the link, and you guys can do the same. The code for that is style sheet, and href is going to be https cdnjs cloudflare.com. So cloudflare.com, Ajax library, font awesome, 5.15.3 CSS, and all.min.css. There's something which has happened out here. Oh, we forgot to close the tag. So we're just going to quickly do that. And there we go. I think the problem is sorted now. Perfect. I'm also going to zoom into the screen so that everything is very, very clear to you guys. And I'm going to just, maximize the screen. So we've created a button out here. We also see the icon, though we can't see it so nicely, but when I style it, it'll be really, really clear to you. So all this we've done, we've added the icon as well. I just want to also add a heading out here, an H6 heading with a class name of content. Click to speak. There we go. I think all our HTML is created out here. Now what we need to do is basically, make it pretty. So let's style it. So out here, first we are going to style our talk button. So we're going to style the division first. So out here, we're going to create talk button, and we are going to also make it an absolute position so that that button comes somewhere out here. And of course, this will be relative to our background image. So out here, I have to give the position of relative. Now we got to move it. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to give it a z index of 1, and I'm going to give it a top of 700 pixel. There we go. I'm going to create a left of 50%, and I'm going to do a transform translate of -50%, so it's right there in the center. There we go. Perfect. So it's come in the center, but again, it still looks ugly. So what we're going to do is we style the division. So we got it in the center. Now we're going to style the button. So out here, we are going to create a talk button. We're going to select the talk button class and the button element. And we're going to give it a width of, say 270 pixel, a height of 50 pixel. We're going to give it a border radius of 50 pixel. So let's see how it looks now first. Okay. We're also going to give it some kind of border. I want some colors in. So border is 2 pixel, solid, and we are going to give it a color, a little bit of a blue color. I think that should be fine. That should be nice. So F7, FF. There we go. I want that neon blue effect. There we go. Perfect. We are also going to give it a background color. Let's just say black. And we are going to give it a color. I think that the same color which we picked earlier, we're going to give it the same color. Perfect, right? Now it's starting to shape up. But I need something more. I'm going to give it a font weight of bold. I'm going to give it text transform. I'm going to make it uppercase. There we go. Nice. Now let's do the hover effect for this talk button. So dot talk button box shadow is going to be 0, 0, 20 pixel. We're going to create the same color. Yep. Then again, we're going to give 0, 0, 40 pixel. There we go. We're again going to give it a same color. I just want to make it look cool, as cool as possible. And again, I'm going to add a little bit more to it. 60 pixel. And there we go. Perfect. See, a nice shadow is coming now, which is looking quite cool, but it's too quick. I also want to give it some kind of text shadow, 0, 0, 10 pixel and same color. There you go. So I think there's a little bit of a text shadow as well. And I'm going to give it a background color of a little bit of a light blue color. Yeah, perfect. So text shadow as well. We have a nice background color too. And it's looking really cool, right? The only thing is it just doesn't have the transition effect when I hover over it. So I want it to be a little bit slow. I want it to glow, ease into the glow. So what I'm going to do for that is basically add a transition effect as well. So out here also I want it to be a pointer. I want that pointer thing to come. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add cursor pointer. There we go. I don't know why that's not working out. There we go. Yeah, perfect. And I'm going to give it a transition of 0.3 seconds, ease in and also out. The box shadow, I'm going to add out here and give it a color as well. So it has a soft glow effect. There we go. Perfect, right? So now we need to style our heading, and we also need to sort of style our icon too. So let's do that quickly. So we're going to take our heading class and we're going to storm through it. So position is again going to be absolute, which is going to be relative to our background image, so that we get to move our heading to. The Z index is going to be 2. I want it to be above everything else. Top is going to be 630 pixel. The left is going to be 50%, and transform translate is going to be the same, minus 50%. There we go. So our text has come, but it is in black. So we need to change that. So this is again the division part of it. We've gotten the division out here. Now we need to select the heading itself and style it. So I'm going to select H1. Let me get this a little bit up, and yes, let's style our H1. So color is going to be, let's select Alice Blue. Font weight, want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to give it 100. It doesn't matter actually. It's not going in that, it's not going into that elegant text which I want to create. For that, I will have to give it a different kind of a font family. So let's try something. Arial, I'm going to select narrow. Oops, sans serif. Let's see how that looks now. I like the font, but it still needs a little bit more work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the font size. I'm going to keep it 22 pixel. The letter spacing is going to be 4 pixel. I'm going to do text transform uppercase because I want it to be capitalized. The color, we already have it, Alice blue. And what I'm going to say, I'm going to do a text shadow. Not that it matters, but I would like a little bit of that text shadow which is there. And I'm going to create a little bit of that aqua blue color. There we go. And along with that, I'm going to give it a nice letter spacing. It's looking nice now. 28 pixel. And I think it should look classy. So I think it looks classy now. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. We have a sort of completed our, oh wait, we need to fix this as well. The icon should be out here and the click to speak should be aligned together in the same line. So let's fix that quickly. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our button and I'm going to do a display flex. There we go. I'm going to align item center, justify content center. Perfect. There we go. But I also want this icon to be somewhere out here. I want space in between. So I'm going to create a margin right for this. So I'm going to select the I and I'm going to add a simple margin right. There are many ways to do it, but I think this is, something which is quickest right now, which I can think of. Yeah, let's just give it 10 pixel and we're done. We're done with this lesson. And now it's time for us to add the functionality. So we have this ready and yeah, it looks pretty neat, right? So let's quickly jump to the next lesson.